In Season 2, we lost a lot of court politics that I really liked. Let me know what you thought of the season in the comments below. I understand that many people were disappointed with the finale, and I can see why. The lack of a grand battle left us hanging a little bit. I see Season 2 as a transitional season, as if all the players carefully plan their endgame strategy, and it will all come together in Season 3. I believe HBO plans to conclude this series in Season 4. I'll tell you what I liked and what I did not like about Season 2. But first, I want to tell you why I fell in love with this series in the first place. What I liked the most about Season 1 was the multifaceted politics of the succession crisis. When Rhaenyra is named heir to the throne, Odo recognizes the unprecedented nature of this decision. No woman had ever ascended the throne. Ultimately, the Greens successfully usurped the throne through traditional court politics such as marriage, religion, and by governing in the name of the king in his final days. I like how insular Season 1 felt, with most of the action taking place in King's Landing. And the time jump in Season 1 emphasized how the Game of Thrones is a chess game played by generations of ambitious politicians gambling away the lives of their children for power. It made us question how much free will Alicent and Rhaenyra really had in the succession crisis when their adult fathers play the game for them. And so when they become adults, they're forced to play a hand they did not really negotiate for themselves. In Season 2, we lost a lot of court politics that I really liked. Mostly because we end up with two courts, one in King's Landing and one on Dragonstone, none of which are particularly exciting to follow. The Greens now favor brute force over intellectual, cold-blooded political calculations, which is why I liked the Greens in the first season. Now that Odo is gone and Alicent's power is diminished, we're left with Aegon, who's injured, Aemon, who doesn't say much, and Kristen Cole, who is not qualified to be the hand of the king. Larys remains interesting, but his actions were mostly inconsequential as far as Season 2 goes. He's likely to be more consequential in the next season. Everyone else on the council is afraid of Aemond. Alicent's character basically goes nowhere. Not even her relationship with Kristen Cole feels consequential anymore. I mean, we get a scene with Gwaine threatening Kristen for it, but nothing came of it. As for Rhaenyra's court on Dragonstone, all her counselors seem to think she's unfit to rule and would rather rule in her place, which is not super interesting as far as court politics. In Season 2, we also lose interactions between legacy characters. By that I mean characters from Season 1 that used to plot together for their own power. For instance, Damon spends most of this season in Harrenhal, so he does not interact much with Rhaenyra. Odo and Alicent barely interact. Corlys and Rhaenys share few scenes together, but none of great importance. To me, the only two characters who should have never interacted in this season are Rhaenyra and Alicent. I really dislike their interactions. I found myself rolling my eyes when these scenes played out. I would have preferred we get more scenes between Baela and Jace. They're supposed to get married. If Rhaenyra ascends the throne, Jace would eventually become king and Baela queen consort. They have a big role in this drama. They're young and ambitious, and both of them are smart. I really enjoyed their scenes together. I wish we explored more their dynamic. With that being said, there is a lot I loved about Season 2. First of all, I really enjoyed to see how much the war between the Greens and the Blacks affected the realm in different ways. I love the place that was given to the smallfolk in this season. It gave us an important glimpse into the politics of war. People in King's Landing are starving because Rhaenyra imposes a blockade on goods. Meanwhile, the Greens pressure farmers because their dragons require more livestock to go to war.
Love that kind of stuff.
Another strong aspect of this season was the Greens' conquest, leading to the Battle of Rook's Rest. I like how geopolitics starts to play a greater role in the story. I like to see how the Greens conquered the coast to cut off Rhaenyra on Dragonstone. Equally, I loved seeing Jace on his diplomatic missions to the north and to the Twins. And yeah, I even liked seeing Thailand going to lobby the Triarchy as much as people hated it on Reddit. Similarly, I love to know details about certain geopolitical events, even if we did not see them on screen. For instance, I enjoyed knowing about House Beesbury messing up with the High Towers because they're mad they killed their lord in the last season. Of course they're mad. Speaking of the High Towers, I really hope we get to see Oldtown in the next season. I was hoping we'd see Darren in Oldtown, but at the end of this season, we see him ride his dragon with the Hightower army. The Hightowers being so prominent in the story, it feels wrong to never have been to Oldtown. The Greens are basically foreigners in King's Landing. Seeing how they rule Oldtown, how power is organized there, and what their culture looks like would provide us with greater insight into the Greens, especially as they're rebranding themselves as Targaryens for the sake of legitimacy. And now that Odo and Alicent were pushed aside, how powerful are the High Towers? Is Aegon viewed as a High Tower in Oldtown? Probably not, right? Which brings me to Damon. Honestly, he might have been my least favorite storyline this season. He's unreasonable and incompetent, unable to understand the basics of diplomacy. I mean, he's been useless this whole season. Despite that, I think Harrenhal delivered one of the best scenes of the whole season. The scene with Lord Tully and the River Lords is the kind of political drama I really enjoy from House of the Dragon. More of that, please. I will say, I'm not super excited about the whole bastard storyline, especially with regards to Hugh and Ulf. Likewise, I'm not excited about Rhaena's storyline, but I am very intrigued about Adam of Hull's inclusion in the story. I like the Valerians, and I feel like we did not get enough of them this season. I'm interested to see how this will affect Corlys and Alan. But above all else, there are two aspects that excite me for the next season. First, I'm very eager to see more battles. Everyone is gearing up for war. We have dragons and armies, and I'm very excited to see it all materialize into a proper war. At the end of Season 1, we were led to believe we were gearing up for war in Season 2. Now, we're led to believe we'll get our war in Season 3. I surely hope so. There were not many kills in Season 2. We've grown used to main characters dying in Game of Thrones. I want more death. You know what I mean. War needs to feel consequential. That's why the Battle of Rook's Rest had gravitas. And the second aspect I'm most excited for the next season is the whole Larys plot to escape with Aegon. I know the comeback will be dramatic, I read the book, but the thing with House of the Dragon is that it goes beyond the book, providing us with more dynamic relationships. Let me know what you think of Season 2 of House of the Dragon, and let me know what you're looking forward to seeing in Season 3. Don't forget to subscribe for my next video on House of the Dragon, in which we will dig deeper into Season 2 with character analysis, deeper theme analysis, and much more. See you soon.